It's a late night activity tonight. So what I want to do is to look at question 3 on the 2005 EDPM past paper, and the video was recorded but there is no audio. So instead of doing the video over, I am going to do a voiceover while the video is being played. Okie dokie. Alright, so this question was an Excel question where you had to create the table that you see on the right hand side. And what I did was to create the table before I did anything. So if you notice, I started with budget items, and then I started to type all the column headings. So pretty much that is what you are seeing now. We type in the column headings. And it is as simple as clicking in each cell and typing what is supposed to be in the cell. Then I highlighted the column headings that are supposed to be in vertical position. If you notice, from debtors to bank, it's in vertical position, and to do that you highlight those and click on the alignment button, the drop down arrow for it, and select the one that looks just like how it is positioned. After I did that, I clicked in A2 because what we just did was in column 1. So what we are typing now is in column 2, and all of what you see from sales right down to labor expenses is supposed to be in one column. And the instruction above states that you are to ensure that you have double line between each section. So after I type sales, I hold down the Alt button and press enter, and press enter twice. That's how I got the double line between each section. Then I went over to column B and I started to do the same thing, which is to type balances brought forward, and then projected sales should come after, etc. But I'm going to type each section, then press Alt Enter 2 times so that I get the double space between each section. Right now, as it is, I am putting double space after each detail, but by right, I should have typed balances brought forward, then Alt Enter once, then projected sales, Alt Enter once, then estimated income, Alt Enter once again, and then projected purchases. All of that should be one section, but I corrected it afterwards, which you will see further along the video. here is your Alt Enter skill. It can be time consuming if you do not know what you are doing, so you have to be careful, because in order for you to line it up how they have it, it will take you a bit amount of time to get it done and to get it done correctly. Mine isn't 100%, but when you're in an exam and time is really not on your side, you have no choice but to get it as close as possible to how it should be and move on so that you are able to complete your questions in time. Right, so what I did was to click back in column A at the end, and then I made my adjustments to ensure that the sales part of it is in line with projected sales in column B. So I was moving from column A to B, making my adjustments so that they line up. And what I did basically was to Alt Enter to push it up further and to allow it to be in line. So this is the point at which I realized I should not have Alt entered between projected sales and projected purchases. So I started to take out those Alt enter by clicking in the space and clicking on the backspace button. So that is pretty much what is being shown or done right now. After I took out the extra Alt Enter spaces, I had to go back in column A and make some adjustments to have it fall back in line, as in match the sales and the projected sales matching or in line going across. This was me scanning through and looking and ensuring that the information is in the spreadsheet as how it should be. Alright, so if you notice, labor expenses is one above the other. Labor is at the top, expenses is at the bottom. So when I type labor, my cursor is at the end of labor. So what I did was to hold down the Alt key and press enter so that expenses would fall exactly under it. So that's how I get them one phrase, one under each other. That's how I get it. Alt, enter. And like I said before, that is basically what is being tested in this part of it, your Alt Enter skills. And it took a little while to get it, matching or in line. It really can be time consuming if you do not know what you are doing. And if it is a case where you're not sure, I would say complete all the other questions and then leave a question like this for last. So this was me trying to figure out what else to do to get the information lined up. It takes a little bit of thinking here to figure out what to do to get it lining up. And I eventually got it. And all the question was done under the 35 minutes that is slated. If you notice, it says 35 minutes at the top, on the right hand side at the top of the question. So the time allocated for this question is 35 minutes. I started to insert the dollar sign. If you look at the question on your right hand side, it says that you're to insert dollar sign at the head of the columns. So what I did was to do that part of the question, and then I inserted the numbers where they are supposed to be and used Alt Enter to align it how it should be. The top part of it, which has budget projection for January 2005 in space caps and bold, I did that last, and I did it in header. I just put it in the header part of it. If you notice, it's not exactly inside of the spreadsheet itself. It is actually, to me, that's what I get from it, that is to be put in the header. So that's what I did. So I typed 4,000 and then I used the Alt Enter and press Alt Enter several times to push 4,000 at the top of the cell. And you have to do it several times. Click outside of it and look to see if it is at the top. If it is not at the top, then you have to just click back in there and Alt Enter some more until it is where it is supposed to be. I realized it's still not at the top, so I had to click back in there and press the Alt Enter key some more until I see where it is at the top. But for you to really see if it is at the top or not, you have to click outside of the cell and look. Now it is at the top. You can move to the next cell and type the information that is supposed to be in that cell. Some more Alt Enter, so I put more in it to push it up to the top. Still needed some more, so I put one more there. Or is it two? It was too much, so I had to take out back one and use the backspace to get that out. Then I'm in the other cell, typing the other information that should be inside of it. Using the Alt Enter to push the figure at the top of that cell. And it's pretty much easy, this part of it. So once you see it way above where it should be, you can just simply click back at the end of that figure and backspace to remove some of the Alt Enter, which will bring it back down to where you want it. But but you have to click outside and look at it to see if it is where you want it to be before you move on. I looked at the question to see where the figures are supposed to be, or where it is in line with, or what it is in line with, sorry, and then I estimate where it should be, and then I use the Alt Enter to push it up and look to see if it is lined up properly. It's the estimated income. The negative 6,000 should be beside estimated income. I'm just realizing that it's not where it's supposed to be. But you know by now how to fix that. So when you're doing it, you can fix it or do it properly. Alright, so what I did now was to get the lines showing, because the question asked you to show all the vertical lines but only show horizontal lines were indicated. So it wants it to look just like you see it there on the right hand side. So what I did was to highlight it, and then after I highlighted it, I went and got that done. You can put it tick grid line. I did it previously, but I'm going to show you where I went to get it done. If you notice right now you're seeing it, but what I did was to click on file, then print, then page setup, then I would click on sheet. Once I click on sheet, the option for grid line is there. You just tick the box just like you see there, and then click on OK, and you will see the grid lines just like you're seeing in the print preview section right now. Another way you could have done that is to put border in it. So what I did as well was to put border in it, and you will see that shortly. Well, this is just giving you a better view of it so that you can see all the horizontal and vertical lines being shown where indicated. Right, so this part of it now, I would click on the drop down arrow for border and then use all border to get the horizontal and vertical lines. Show it just like you see it there on the right hand side. So that's it where this part of the question is concerned now, right? So the top part of it is to be done, which is to put budget projection for January 2005 in space caps and bold. And to do that, I went back to File, then clicked on Print and back to Page Setup. And then I clicked on the header that says, the tab that says Header/Footer. I clicked on Custom Footer. And in the center section, I typed Budget Projection for January 2005. And how do you get it in space, caps, and bold? You turn on the bold button. Everybody should know that by now. But to get it in space caps, you would put one space between each letter, and then 4 spaces between each word. So between budget, I would have 1 space between each letter of that word. And then after budget, I would press the space bar 4 times to get the space needed for space gaps. To see what it would look like, the end product, I clicked on the Insert tab, and then I clicked on Header and Footer. And once you click on Header and Footer, it will show it just like you're seeing it now. It shows you everything that you had inserted. Then I realized that column A wasn't highlighted when I turned on the border section, when I clicked on the border button. So I had to highlight column A and then click back on the border and get it looking just like how the others are looking, and for the paper to look exactly like how CXC expects you to have it done. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.